Stampers, I'm Pat Fairless from Fairless Stampin' Flair, and I have a quick tip that I want to share with you today. This is something I learned from a fellow demonstrator um, fairly recently, and I thought it made life so much easier when we try to mount our labels to our Stampin' Up! Cling stamps. This is specifically for the cling stamps, the rubber stamps. And I know Stampin' Up! Has a recommended way of doing it, but this person showed me a different way, and I think it's so much easier. So I just want to share it with you. So it's only take maybe 5 minutes at most. Um, Let me just flip my camera. 5 minutes, assuming I can figure out the technology, right? Okay. So this is something you do when you get a new stamp set. So this is one of the new ones that I just received from the Fall Mini in my pre-order, and I've got part of it already mounted, but I thought before I do the rest, let me just show you this new way of doing it. So we open up our new stamp set, and we know we get a page full of labels, and then we get another page full of rubber stamps, which we stamp and take out. So I've already used this stamp set or portion of it. So I've already done some of them, but I have a few left here. So I'm going to show you what I think is a so much easier way to do it. So let's just do this stamp and this one. And let's do the sentiment. And I'm going to take this stamp. It's a little stamp that shows kind of a silhouette of the city of David, I guess, or Bethlehem, probably. And the way that Stampin' Up! Would normally have us do this is we flip this over so we can see we have these little slits in our thing to peel off the backing, and then we take our stamp and we peel this off the back, and then we take our stamp and lay it on here and try to line up the shape of this with the line within this particular image, and we just push it down and then we peel it off. And sometimes it lines up pretty good, sometimes not so good. In my case, usually not all that great. And you can see here, I've got it a little bit off. Not sure how well you can see it, but the label is above the rubber on this side and it's below it on this side. And that's just something that kind of was always happening to me until this person showed me how to do this. So we're going to use one of our acrylic blocks, and let's go ahead and do this particular round stamp sentiment here. And instead of just peeling off the backing here, we're going to take this and we're going to peel off this whole thing. So we have the whole label peeled off, and go ahead and put that on your block. And then we will peel off the backing. Now, you can use a take your pick tool, you can use fingernails. I typically just use my fingernails. Doesn't really matter. And now we see our sentiment is on here, and this is the way we would stamp it, right? With this, so we could see the sentiment. And again, we're going to take the backing off from our stamp, and we're going to lay our stamp down as if it's going to stamp on the paper. So let's just look at it to make sure we know. I've got peace. I don't even know what it says. Prince of Peace, Prince of Peace. So if I lay it this way, it would be Prince of Peace. So I'll just lay that down there. And now I know when I put this here, I can easily, so much more easily, line up where this is relative to this stamp. I can see it a whole lot better, especially if I didn't have the camera right over it. but I can come down and I can just push that right on there. And then with my fingernail, peel this off, and it comes perfect every time. It is just amazing. Now you want to push kind of hard to make sure you've got it all down. But that's it. That's all there is to it. So let's do one more. Let's do this sentiment here. So I'm going to find the sentiment. Sentiments, you do have to pay attention to some extent to make sure you've got them the right way. But the nice thing is, you want to make sure you get both labels off, both layers off here. The nice thing is, when you put this down, if I didn't happen to have this right side up, so he heals the brokenhearted, this would be the way we would stamp it, right? And you would want he heals the brokenhearted on top. But if I didn't really pay attention and I had this like this, and again, now I peel these off. And now the side that goes against the stamp is exposed. If I go down, this doesn't line up with the shape of that die or that stamp. So here, even though here I've got it upside down, I know that because the verse is on the bottom, I can just flip this over. Don't forget to take this off. If you do, it's no big deal. It'll just peel right off. It won't stick, right? So now we can just line this up. And even though I've got it upside down, it's easy to know I have it correct because the label matches the shape, and the shapes are always unique. So isn't that easy? I just thought that was super, super easy. And I wanted to share that with you just quickly a minute. Now I'm going to show you while I'm doing this. I'm going to take the rest of these off. I have 2 more to still do, and I won't make you watch me do those, but I'm going to get them out of the way. And what I want to show you what I now do with this piece. So I'll take these out of here. And I got to tell you, this has saved me hunting for stamps more times than I can count. So we can peel this off just like I did. Now we know the side that's against this surface is the side that we would stick on our acrylic blocks. It's semi-tacky, not super tacky. It peels back off. But I can lay this here in my cover and just press this down and it will stick to the inside of my case. And this is now how I like to store my stamps. And I can just lay these all on here. And when I go to put it away, it's so easy to tell if I'm missing a stamp. So I don't put the stamp set away and miss one. Because then later you try to find it, you probably put it in a wrong stamp set, right? Now I know some people use this and put this in their cover and then you can lay them inside of that. That works fine too. I just find I like this because it's lighter, it's lightweight. This makes it more difficult to get these back in there. They want to pop up and then it doesn't want to close. You got to force them in there kind of. So I just like to use this. It's lightweight, it's easy, it sticks. I feel like there's a bump under here. There we go. Anyway, that is what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that helps. Me flip back over here. I hope that helps. It helped me when I saw it. I'm like, light bulb went off. Like, this is great. So have a great day. And I hope on your next purchase of a clean stamp set, you give it a try. Have a good one. Bye-bye. God bless.